just one part of it, and it says, now Abel was the chief of sheep. So he was the keeper. He was a person who takes care of the sheep, and that brings me kind of like information. It brings me more passages from different parts of the Bible, and then I read the verse 3. It says, and in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. Abel also, saying about verse 4, Abel also brought of the first of the flock and of their fat. So I was reading to all these kind of things, and I know a lot of people will say, well, I have a question about this situation. I understand that God, He selects Abel, and He selects that kind of offering that He brings. But I want to know why. A lot of kids will come to me and say, you know, I read many times this, and we have classes about this, but I want to know why God selects this one. Why? What is the reason? It was because it was the chief, or what? What is the reason? And there's some things that when I talk to the little kids, I have to put it on the perspective that they will understand this scenario. And this is what I want to talk to you about. That when in verse 2 says, now Abel was the keeper of sheep. I'm reading New King James. Now Abel was the keeper of sheep. When these portions say this, that makes me think right away that Abel was a shepherd. He was the shepherd. And right away in my mind it goes to David. Remember David? King David? And when he was before he was the king, before he was the warrior, he was the shepherd. And then if we go to and if we read the Bible in 1 Samuel chapter 17 and verse 34, we will see there that when he stands up, he wants to fight Goliath, and he wants to fight these giants, and he's not afraid. He feels that I'm not alone. I think I'm capable to fight with this giant. I feel that I'm capable to bring victory to the whole nation. And it's not because of me, it's because God is with me. Yes. And when David went to Saul, he explained something to him. He said, well, I was the keeper of my father's sheep. And when a lion or bear come and take one of his sheep and one of his lambs, I go before him, and I stroke him, and I take that lamb from out of his mouth. And even if he stands up before me, I will stroke him, and I will kill him with my own hand. So this is a very powerful thing. That he committed his life. He was, I would say a Christian, but he's not a Christian because he was not a Christ follower, but it was a good man. He was following God. He really was working his life to be a servant. And you know, we are a servant. We are a person who dedicates our lives to be a good Christian, to be a good steward, to be a good servant for the Lord. And I was reading to this passages, and I think, okay, Abel, he brings an offering. Of course, Cain, he do the same thing, but he brings the fruit of the ground, and then we have here Abel bringing one of the sheep. And if you say, well, it was probably because of sacrifices, Or it was probably because Cain, he brings just maybe fruits or things that was not really good. Or something happened here. But when I see through this passage in Genesis chapter 4, and verse 5 it says, verse 4 it says, Abel also brought the firstborn of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry. So we see kind of like a attitude here. But and sometimes we do things like that. Sometimes when somebody says, "Hey, Javier, do you want to preach this Sunday?" I say, "Oh, no, I don't want to do it." Of course, I will do it. But sometimes when somebody asks us to do something for the Lord, for the church, sometimes we don't feel like we don't want to do it. And maybe this is the situation when we can come here on Cain. It's something that sometimes we don't desire to do things. But sometimes we are more like Abel. We want to bring everything to the Lord. So we accept everything. You want to sing? Yes, I want to sing. I will lead the song. It's okay. You want to lead us in the communion? Or yes, I will do it. You want to do a sermon or a message or something? Yes. And we stand up for everything. And we have here David also, when this big giant, he was there and he was challenging everyone there, and no one wants to fight, he stand up and he said, "I will do it." And that's the kind of character we have to play. We have to say, "I will do it. I want to do it for the Lord. I know the Lord is with me, and I will do it because I want to give my best." Because if the Lord is the one who's going to be with me. And I want to talk a little bit more about this situation. One of the things what I'm talking about David also is because David, he was a shepherd, and he wrote a psalm. And this psalm says, "The Lord is my shepherd." Mm-hmm. And when I talk to someone else about this Bible verse, I explained, do you know something very nice here, very great? Is that David knows exactly what a shepherd is, and what is the responsibility of a shepherd. And when he says, "The Lord is my shepherd," he will know exactly what's going on in this picture. When I'm a shepherd, I will take care of all the sheep. I will take them to walk. I will bring it to the green pastures. I will feed them. I will protect them. Even if a lion or a bear it comes to eat one of these sheep, I will fight this lion. I will fight that bear. I will stand up for those sheep. And what he said, what he described in this psalm is that the Lord is my shepherd. He will take care of me. He will feed me. He will walk me. He will protect me. He will do everything for me. And he understands that, and that's why he started writing this psalm. The Lord is my shepherd. This is how I'll feel. When I take care of this sheep, I put everything. I give my life to them. Even Jesus, when Jesus described in John chapter 10, he described that I am the good shepherd. I am the good shepherd. And the good shepherd gives his life to. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So this is something wonderful, because if you understand what you love, I want you to hear this. If you understand what you love, Not just love things, but if you understand what you love, David really loved to be a shepherd. He comes to be a king, but when he was a shepherd, he loved to be with the sheep. And you probably would think, oh, is he with the sheep? Some of you probably have dogs in your house, or a cat, or an elephant, I don't know. You have a pet, and you take care of your pet, right? I used to have about 200 chickens, and I love the chickens. And my father sometimes said, hey, we're going to kill a chicken, we're going to eat it. No! You know, one day, I used to have my favorite. You always love one more than the rest. And the chicken, it was like a dog. I call it, come here. And she comes with me right away, and I put my arm like this, and she jumps and she stands up here, and it was good chicken. That's kind of weird, huh? Well, that happened. And one day we sitting on the table, and there was nice food there and everything. It was my chicken. And my mom, she was like, don't jump over here. My dad, he just grabbed, oh, we're going to take this one today. Oh, that was the one. So I cried. How many of you, they cried before for your pets, when they pass? Do you ever cry? Yeah, I do that too. So you really love them. And you really care for them. And one of the things is that you name it. Jesus said in chapter 10, in John chapter 10, Jesus said that, and the shepherd called him by his name. And we will expect that to happen when God will call him by my name. He will call you by your name. He will say your name and come with me. Because he was doing good, because he was a great Christian. Come with me to be in eternal life with me. We're waiting for that time to happen. But when you have your pet, you call a name to your pet. It can be whatever name you want to call it. But you call it by a name, and he hears your voice, and he runs to you, and he shows that he loves you. And some people say, I read an article that if you want true love, don't look for a boyfriend, buy a pet. That's what I hear. But you know, in some point it's true. In some point it's true. They really love you. So I want you to think about David and all these lads, all these chicks. They really love one another. I love my chicks, like I love my dog. I love my friends. And in this case, when we was reading in Genesis, Abel was the shepherd. For sure, he loved that man. For sure. He probably called him his name. He was Blvd. He was Spanish, land from. He was Blvd. He was the fat, from the fat. I mean, there was some of them it wasn't looking too good. Another one that was looking even better. And so he selects the best one. And it was from the firstborn. So he selects the best one. And when you selecting the best one, guess what? You will select the best of you.